Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're doing a kind of personal health audit. And this is really for you, the person who wants to gain some real control over their body, to move health from, an obligation.
Right, out of that chore category.
Exactly. And into the world of, let's call it strategic preventative maintenance.
Yeah. And for this, we've taken a really intensive look at the work of Dr. Betsy Grunch. She's one of the top neurosurgeons in the country, a spine specialist. So our mission here is to just distill everything she knows from over a decade of clinical work, all the things that keep people off her operating table.
Into a simple step-by-step approach you can actually start using today.
For sure. She's really made her own life lessons and her professional ones very accessible.
Okay, so let's unpack her journey, because her path into neurosurgery is notoriously intense, and so male-dominated.
Oh, massively. We're talking only about 219 board-certified female neurosurgeons out of, 3,500 in the U.S.?
Wow. And her path was really forged by a crisis she saw firsthand.
Right. That's right. When she was just a teenager, her mother, who was a police officer, was very seriously injured on duty.
What happened?
Some gang members shot at her car. It forced her off the road. She hit a tree, and the impact broke her neck. It was a life-changing spinal cord injury.
That's horrifying. And there was a specific moment, wasn't there? Something that defined Dr. Grunch's whole approach to medicine.
Yeah. She remembers the attending neurosurgeon walking off the elevator, and with just zero empathy, he bluntly said, "I'm sorry she's broken her neck and she's never going to walk again."
And that was it.
That was it. He just turned and left the room.
I can't even imagine. That cold delivery must have been.
It shaped everything. She vowed she would never treat a patient like that. But, the determination to even get into that field, that came from her mother, who always told her, "You can do anything a man can do."
Immense determination. But here's where the story gets so relatable. Because even as she's dedicating her life to saving other people's spines, she was completely neglecting her own health.
Right. She talks about how the stress of med school and residency it made food her coping mechanism.
We've all been there.
Totally. She was living on Mountain Dew and Reese's peanut butter cups just to get through the day. At her heaviest, she was 260 pounds.
So she's pouring everything into her patients, but living this profoundly unhealthy life herself.
A classic cycle, especially for high achievers.
And then came the aha moment.
Yeah.
The one incident that just forced her to change.
It's so poignant. She was at home changing the diaper of her 2-month-old baby. A baby who weighed, maybe 10 pounds?
10 pounds.
And that tiny everyday action was the breaking point. She injured her back. She said the pain was like a knife that took her straight to her knees. She couldn't move.
A spine surgeon, taken down by a 10-pound baby. That realization must have been just devastating.
Absolutely. To realize she was spiraling toward the very operating table she presided over.
So that turning point really informs her biggest warning to all of us, which is...
Surgery is not a cure. I mean, if you get a spinal fusion, she says there's a huge risk, 25 to 30%, that you'll need another back surgery later on.
So prevention is really the only game in town.
It is the absolute T.
Okay, so based on her years of seeing what actually causes spines to fail, what are the 4 non-negotiables? The simple things she avoids that we should too.
The first one is, I think, the biggest surprise, and it has nothing to do with lifting. It's avoid nicotine completely.
Nicotine? Wait, I think of that as, a lung issue or a heart issue. It's really that damaging to the spine.
Fundamentally, yes. It's because nicotine is a powerful vasoconstrictor.
Meaning it tightens the blood vessels.
Exactly. So think of your vertebral discs. The cushions between your bones, like little sponges, they don't have their own strong blood supply. They need blood flow from the surrounding area to get oxygen and nutrients.
So if that plumbing is being choked off by nicotine...
You're starving the disc. You are actively accelerating its degeneration. And if you do tweak your back, your body can't heal itself properly because the blood flow it needs for repair just isn't there.
So we're not talking about just an elevated risk here. We're talking about chronic nicotine use, basically guaranteeing a bad spine outcome over time.
It is the silent accelerator of disc disease. Absolutely.
That completely changes how I think about something as simple as a nicotine pouch. Okay, what's number 2?
Number 2 is one we hear all the time, but it's crucial in this context. Avoid a sedentary lifestyle. You have to move every single day.
And she's not talking about some insane fitness regimen.
Not at all. It's just about blood flow, preventing muscle atrophy. Even a 15-minute walk is enough to get that circulation going and feed those discs we just talked about.
Okay, number 3. This is a classic. But she must see the consequences constantly.
Oh, daily.
Yeah.
Avoid improper lifting form. Most serious back injuries don't come from lifting something huge.
Right. It's the small things.
It's the mundane stuff.
Yeah.
Bending over the wrong way to pick up an Amazon box, a laundry basket. The rule is simple. Use your legs, not your back. Every single time.
And the fourth one is about the third of our lives we spend unconscious. Sleep.
Right. Improper sleep form is a huge problem. Rule 1. Do not sleep on your stomach. It just twists your neck and spine into a really unnatural position for hours.
Okay, so for back sleepers, her advice is the one that always surprises people. Put a pillow under your knees. Why there?
It's all about relieving pressure on the lower back. When you lie flat, there's tension on your lumbar curve. Putting a pillow under your knees creates this gentle flex, and that immediately takes the stress off the lower spine and pelvis. It's the most relaxed state for those muscles.
That makes so much sense. And what about for side sleepers?
For side sleepers, the pillow goes between your knees. That keeps your pelvis and hips aligned, stacked on top of each other so your lower back doesn't twist.
And of course, the pillow for your head.
Yes, a firm pillow. One that keeps your neck straight, in line with your spine, not angled up or sinking down.
So those four things, nicotine, movement, lifting, sleep, they're all these tiny daily audits that prevent that big catastrophic failure.
That's the whole idea.
So if those are the preventative acts, what are the modern habits that are actively working against us? I'm thinking of desk jobs and, of course, tech neck.
Right. Dr. Grunch uses a great analogy. She says, we think of the spine as bricks, the bones and ligaments, but the real structural support, the rebar and concrete, is your muscle system.
Your abs, your back muscles.
Your pelvic floor, and even your diaphragm.
The diaphragm. I just think of that for breathing. How is it crucial for the spine?
It's part of your core. All those muscles work together like a pressurized canister to stabilize your whole trunk. But when you sit for, say, 10 hours a day, those essential muscles just atrophy. They get weak.
So your spine is basically set up for failure the moment you ask it to do anything strenuous.
Precisely. The advice is so simple. Get up and move every 30 to 60 minutes. Get a standing desk. And when you are sitting, use lumbar support and keep both feet on the ground.
Okay, let's talk about the physics of tech neck, because this is just staggering. When you're looking straight ahead, your head weighs about 10 to 15 pounds.
Right. But when you lean forward, just to look down at your phone or a low monitor,
The force balloons.
to as much as 60 pounds of pressure on your neck and spine.
60 pounds.
Yeah.
Are you serious? That seems physically impossible. It's like walking around with a bowling ball attached to your forehead.
It's pure physics. It's a lever effect. And that constant forward posture means the muscles in the back of your neck are under constant strain and they weaken over time.
So just scrolling on your phone is like a 60-pound weightlifting session for your neck day after day.
And the consequences are not just stiffness. We're talking chronic tension, headaches, and Dr. Grunch's biggest fear: early onset arthritis and accelerated disc problems.
And that's the really scary long-term concern. She's already seeing it. People in their late teens, their 20s, coming in with neck issues that used to be seen in people twice their age.
She believes it's creating a chronic injury crisis we've just never seen before, a massive public health issue in the making.
And the solution is so simple. Hold your phone up, raise your monitor.
A tiny sacrifice today for a massive payoff down the road.
Let's shift to diet and fitness, especially for people who are already in pain and can't do intense workouts. She brings up the 80-20 rule.
Yeah, that 80% of weight loss and physical transformation is about diet, not exercise. Her focus is on avoiding inflammatory foods, so gluten, sodas, processed stuff.
And moving toward anti-inflammatory foods.
Like leafy greens and berries, especially blueberries. But the absolute #1 nutritional priority, especially for supporting your spine, is protein.
Why so much emphasis on protein?
Well, your muscles are made of protein. If you don't eat enough, your body will literally break down its own muscle tissue to get what it needs. That just leads to more weakness. Her target is high, 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight.
Wow. So if you're 150 pounds, that's 150 grams of protein?
Yeah.
That's a huge mental shift. How do you even track that?
She swears by keeping a food log. Pen and paper, an app, doesn't matter. The simple act of tracking makes you aware. It stops the mindless eating and dramatically boosts your chances of hitting those goals.
Okay, and for building core strength, she has 2 beginner-friendly exercises.
The glute bridge and the bird dog, they're perfect because they target those deep stabilizer muscles without needing any equipment. But she does stress, maybe see a physical therapist for just one session to make sure your form is perfect.
That's Great advice. And what about just the intimidation of going to a gym? She had a brilliant strategy for that.
It is genius.
Hmm.
Her advice is go to the gym on your first day, but don't work out.
Just go.
Just go. Ask for a tour. Take pictures or videos of the equipment you're interested in. Go home, look up how to use them.
So you're turning it into a research mission.
Exactly. You plan your routine. And then when you go back the second time, you walk in with confidence. You know where you're going. You know what you're doing. You own the space.
I love that. And she was also passionate that women especially should be lifting heavy weights.
Yes. For muscle strength, obviously, but also to prevent conditions like osteoporosis down the line.
Okay, finally, let's talk about pain. So many people just accept pain like sciatica after having a baby as normal.
Right, or just a part of getting older. And her message is so clear. Pain is a signal. It is not a normal state of being. It's your body telling you something is wrong.
And sciatica specifically, just to be clear.
Is that shooting pain that goes down your leg from irritation of the big sciatic nerve?
So what are the red flags, the
Yeah.
symptoms that mean you need to see a doctor now?
Number one is any bowel or bladder issues. That is an automatic medical emergency.
Okay.
Others are sudden weakness or numbness, like if you can't extend your arm properly, or that shooting pain down an arm or a leg, and critically, any pain that doesn't get better after 4 to 6 weeks of managing it at home.
And this is so important. What if your doctor dismisses you? If you feel like you're being gaslit?
Yeah, if you hear things like, oh, you're too young to have that pain, or it's just stress, or learn to live with it.
Her advice.
Walk out. Find someone who will listen to you and believe you.
That leads to her final philosophy, which I think sums up this whole deep dive.
It really does. The realization that, and this is a quote, you are the driver of the ship. Your body is designed for success. It doesn't matter if you're 20, 40, or 70, you can make these changes.
So the big takeaway for all of us is that the catastrophic back injury, it's rarely about that one moment of picking up the box.
No, it's the culmination of years of those daily weaknesses, the nicotine starving the discs, the sedentary habits weakening the muscles, the bad sleep. Those tiny failures lead to the big break.
And as we make these changes, Dr. Grunch says we have to find joy in it and trust ourselves.
Right. And not let outside judgment control us. If someone questions your new healthy habits, her advice is just let them. It's your journey.
So given her deep concern about tech debt causing this wave of early arthritis and disc issues in young people, here's the final thought. What small, immediate sacrifice will you make today? Will you hold your phone up to eye level? Will you adjust your monitor? Will you make that tiny preventative change now? Or will you risk the high probability of chronic pain and severe neck problems 20 years from now? True long-term health is won by those tiny daily acts of prevention.